I'm going to pull my pants off and take the biggest shit I can on the floor. Because if I walk in and cop that shit, I'm leaving a piece of my shit in return. And all the shit-loving staff members
Oh my God, what a psycho.
can share it around for lunchtime. Apart from that, I do like the laptop. When me and my girlfriend are...
5 stars.
I don't know what all the other shit.
I don't want to be pulled up.
GMat. Is there anything for dessert or something?
Oh, Mario.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep.
What's real words?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get real
Oh,
words.
no, he has a good like sim language. Like, oh, what was I saying?
No, they're
Lieber
friends.
non bullion.
It's all correct to their thing. Although the Romans speak German, but I looked up that was real. That's true.
Do you remember in The Sims?
Das ist meine Italia.
Das
Ja.
sind die Pizzen.
Remember in The Sims when they used to sing like
I'm the
popular
cafe.
songs?
On
in
the Sims.
Sims?
On the Sims.
Yeah, like Labu do you fly, you learn, Labu you
Like the Minions song.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Or Alvin and the Chipmunks. How they just pump it
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Pump it up.
Louder, pump it louder. Turn up the radio. That's the stereo, right?
No, that's not way. So let's fucking do it. Let's go for
Has
it.
a zipperin.
Let's bloody
Zipperin,
connect to the thing
right. Stand by. I don't remember the rest of it.
Me neither.
Pump it. Come on. Do
Louder.
something.
Louder.
Come on, baby. Do it.
Louder.
Hello and welcome to episode 210 of the GMat podcast.
Hi, darling. Stop.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. Go get some merch. Ben's wearing a bloody thing.
Yeah.
And it looks bloody good.
It looks
No, it's
good.
not.
It
looks great.
This is
It's
different. This is my own podcast.
Oh, that's the GMat podcast.
This is GM at podcast. So this is I'm doing a thing with General Motors.
the General Motors.
I'm a big fan of Holden, Chevrolet.
Oh my God.
Stop the
Opel.
music.
It's fine. It's
It's,
not like it's timed or anything.
So we're just talking cars all the time, and that's it. Oh, I guess I can see.
Stop the music.
I guess it does kind of look familiar.
stuff. Hey, if you want to support the show, patreon.com /the GMat podcast. Also, if you're watching
Or
this
if you
on
want
YouTube,
to, sorry to interrupt you, Matt, but
Please.
obviously I've got my podcast
Yeah.
now that we're doing on the GM network.
GMat
If you want to support
podcast.
us, you go to Patreon /the GM at podcast. And you can donate there. Obviously, we're going to be talking everything from Holden, Chrysler. We're going to go across to Vauxhall.
Vauxhall, that's what I was trying to remember right then.
and if you're watching,
you'll love the podcast thing
Can't
because
wait
we're
to
talking
watch
all
the
that stuff.
GMat
You know?
podcast.
if you're watching Ben's podcast or you're watching this one, also don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on the YouTube channel, and rate us on iTunes.
Yeah, we had some ratings on iTunes.
Yeah.
One of them said this is the best butcher I've ever been to.
But that's
What are you going to do?
yeah. They were getting it confused with GMat, GHIMAT.
I think that was the G Meat podcast. They're thinking
Oh,
of.
that's
way
better.
better.
That's better.
We'll go with that
That's
one.
what,
Cut
that's,
out the first
that's
bit.
what I was. I was thinking.
Set it up again. And it was something about the best butcher I've ever been to.
That's like the G Meat podcast.
Hey,
That's
well
clever,
done,
man. That's
man.
clever.
God, that was good.
Yep.
Delivery wasn't
delivery.
great, but the writing,
I should
the
just
writing
do,
of that
I'll
one.
just do the original one and I'll re-record me saying G Meat.
Yeah, that's not
Just
the first
have
time.
a clip of you now just going, I have my voice.
I'm not going to do any of this work. It's just going to be fucking weird.
He never does.
No.
No, I'm not in
But
it for the way.
they get, I think the people who are listening get the ideas.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You can see
Like,
our
I
conceptual idea.
see what they were going. That would have been funny.
Yeah, it would have been funny. But this is how the soup is soup.
So the sausage gets cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome everybody. I'm Matt.
Hungry? Yeah, me too.
I'm the host of the GMat podcast.
I want a
I'm
clean
joined on my
sausage.
right by Ben
Smash
J.
a sausage.
I'd
Hello.
love a clean
And
sausage.
across from me by Aidan.
Hello.
Beck's not here today, so the cameras aren't going to change. But we're happy to be back. The podcast wasn't cancelled.
Oh, you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Even I got done by that title. I was on YouTube and I was like, GMat podcast is cancelled?
You really thought
Yeah, and I
that's
was
how
like-
he would tell you?
Because I was like, and then I went and I was like, I must have missed a message. This week has been hectic for me. I must have
scrolling
missed.
back.
Yeah, and I looked and I was like, there's no mention of it being. And then the first thing.
Can you imagine if that was he was just like, oh, podcast is over, and you're like, hey, oh, by the way, we should play Age of Empires the other night. It's like, huh. So he would have thought that, that makes no sense.
Yeah,
at all.
well, that's how I got fired from McDonald's. I got there and my fingerprint had been removed from the fingerprint scanner.
You try and get in here.
And the
Ellie
McDonald's
would just be sitting there,
Not
letting you in.
Fat
the
Shell was
latest
like, "Get
episode
out."
of McDonald's podcast just said Aidan is fired.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I did have this daydream that you'd come into our change room at the theater and you'd be like, "You fucker!
Really?
You did not tell me!" And then I'd be
If
like,
if I saw it and didn't think to check, yeah,
yeah,
probably.
that'd have been funny.
Although I'm not that dramatic. I probably would have done it pretty solid.
far less
Are you
dramatic than that.
serious, man?
What?
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
That's what I've been like, what?
Aidan and I have been sharing a dressing room for, it would have been 3 weeks probably. How long was it altogether?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. 3 weeks we shared a dressing room with another guy named Blair who was lovely.
So lovely.
That's fine, guys. I don't need to change my clothes.
I was stoked we got put in a dressing room together. I was
Me
worried,
too. I was really not convinced that we were going to.
I thought I was going to end up with Chris.
Uh-huh.
Yuck.
Yeah.
Lovely man, Chris.
Yeah, I do like Chris a lot. But when I saw your name on the thing, I was like, yes.
It was great. It was real great.
Aidan learnt why I don't come. Wait, not why I don't
Oh,
come.
did you tell that on the podcast?
How I stopped myself from
Did
coming.
you tell that on the podcast?
I did a little bit,
asked
but I
him,
didn't.
I was like, do you think about like your grandma or something? I don't know what it came up, but he's like, that's so interesting that you said so.
No.
because-
You said, what do you do to stop yourself from coming? And I went, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you saw on my face that I did, in
I was
fact,
like,
know.
oh, what's
I had
that?
the
What's
answer
going on
straight
there?
away.
What's going on there? Tell me, why can't I know? It's going to be something really weird. Why can't I? Are you embarrassed about it?
And it's funny because if he asked Beck, what does Matt do not to come? She would know the answer. That's how often it's come up.
It's so weird.
You have to say it out loud.
Have you not known it? Do you not know it?
No, it's just like a thing where I've
You
told
don't know
her
it? Guess. Guess what? Do you not really not know what he does? Oh, why is it so weird? Why would you know that? Unless you said it on the podcast. Guess. Why can't I know?
I guess why I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, he didn't want to tell me. I do know, but why didn't he want to tell me?
I don't know. It's embarrassing, I guess.
You think that's what I thought. I was like, oh, okay, so it's clearly like you think of something really like that. It's not for public consumption. No.
And I said,
about
I was
it's
like,
about you.
it's about Aidan.
Yeah. He thinks about my toes.
Well, that's the only way that I
your-
can come. That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah, that's so
Not
weird.
your toes. I think about your
Specifically,
feet.
my second toes.
I think about your feet.
What's wrong with my whole foot? I thought it was just my toes because you said that they were weirdly conjoined.
No, I said I think about your feet and your toes because your toes are like they all touch from side to side. I just don't like your feet, and that was it. And I don't like it.
don't
Do you know
like
what's
your feet.
upsetting?
And they're
You guys
easy- they're
have
easy to
sex-
pop into my
You have
head.
sex fairly frequently, I imagine. So how like you're thinking about my feet a lot, man.
Yeah, only if I don't want to come,
Right, that's
you know. But it's easier. Like people go like, I think about my grandma getting railed. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't have the time to
Yeah, I'm
put her
trying
in
to stop
a.
myself.
Yeah, the problem is when I think about your grandma getting railed, I come straight away. These fucking dogs down here.
I
these-
have to create an environment for my nan to be fucked in. I have to
So
think
you
of my
don't know.
nan. I have to think about her. Like
you just think
her
of me
bo-
in a pair of Birkenstocks.
It's so easy just to picture your foot in my face.
Really?
Just
I'd like you
picture
to draw my foot.
it. I'll draw
But
it
I'm
right
not
now.
getting. I'm not getting one of my dogs out. To
No,
show
no,
you.
no. I'll
Surely
draw-
the amount of mental energy that goes into setting up some sort of elaborate scenario.
That's not what my
That's
foot
your
looks
foot.
like.
It's
That's
called
not-
dignity, Luann.
That's not what my foot
It's like a
looks
bear's
like.
paw.
It isn't.
They're wide.
I'm not walking around like with an elephant's foot.
They're wide and the toes all touch.
No. Yeah, my toes aren't like this. I think feet that do that are gross.
It's not that they're not like that. It's just that they're like that. I keep doing that.
They're not.
They're kind of like your hands. And it doesn't matter because they're always in your shoes.
They aren't like that though.
It's like oh, you got a really weird like middle of your back. It's like who cares? No one's ever gonna see it.
That's so funny. I still don't think my feet are weird. I mean, like you could think what you like about my feet, but I don't think my feet are like this.
I don't think they're weird. I
I
just
don't think I would never have described my foot as a bear paw. Like I'm a fucking elephant walking around with a pad. I don't have pads for feet. You imagine if you did karate with me, I was always barefoot. I used to do a karate, you sit there and
no one would have been able to knock
someone
you down.
Yeah.
It would have been like one of those
clowns there.
blow up clowns.
I can suction to walls. So he thinks of my feet.
Also, you sometimes have stinky feet.
Oh,
You've
often.
got a bit of a stinky foot.
Yeah. Or,
You don't seem like a person who would have an odorous foot, I don't think.
He's not an odorous person. He just has stinky feet.
Do you know what the problem is?
What's the problem is?
I don't often get new shoes. So it's actually my shoes that stink.
All right.
And because it's been years, do you know what I mean? And I often forget that you can put sneakers in the washing machine.
Yeah.
I can just put my Converse in the washing machine. But like my feet won't smell when they come out of here. Because my shoes still smell.
Well, they'll never come out of those.
Fucking, you kidding? I can barely get them
They're
on.
Those are your feet now.
I went suit shopping yesterday. I had to buy a suit, and I was wearing these shoes, and it was like,
Great. She was just having a moment.
so I went to buy.
You went
buy
suit
a
shopping.
suit.
We're out of practice.
Yeah. And I take them off in these pants. Right? Like, no problem, easy. And to take them off, as we've seen, is difficult. If you do the yank and twist, especially when you fucking got hung feet like me, it's hard to get them off. But then I was wearing like suit pants that had just been fitted to me and like tailored with all sorts of pins. And to get these fucking things off while trying to be delicate was probably one of the most difficult tasks of my life.
But you got through it.
Yeah, no, I just gave up and I just passed it all through.
I'll wear these out of the store.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, yeah.
For the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're fucking comfy, so yeah.
Good shoes. Good shoes. I hate going suit shopping. And pants never fit me, ever.
Well,
I know what to do about pants.
I went to like Chadstone, I went to fucking David Jones, I went to Maya. They were so bad, David Jones and Maya, but they have so much range. So I feel like I should go there to figure out, do I want one of these suits? Do I want one of those suits? Do I like this brand? Do I like that brand?
Ellie.
But like the fucking people there suck. And I was thinking about this as clearly another Escalator Aidan situation, because when I'm working in retail, if a customer's annoyed that I'm talking to someone, I'm like, fuck you. Let me live my life, you bastard. I'm here to serve you. And now all of a sudden, and I walked into David Jones and these two women were talking. I had my AirPods in and I looked at them and they went and kept talking. And I was so angry.
It's just, did I tell you the time I went pants shopping with him? It's a totally different world. I know I shouldn't be mad because he works on his body, but we went and we just went to jeans, went to get some Levi's or something, and he just found two pairs, went, oh, these are great. Oh, these also look great. Chucked them on. The lady working behind the counter wouldn't stop flirting with him. It was just...
When was this?
Remember we went to Levi's? No, you weren't flirting with. She was just like, oh, they look great. Oh, you look... I'm like, how do I get these?
Yeah.
I don't
They
remember
don't
this.
exist for us.
When I put pants on, they go, are you going to be able to get them off?
I guess, yeah, okay.
You need to
That's
pay
the
for
best
those.
that
So
you
we're
can do.
clearly going to tailor the waist.
I don't remember that.
aren't
I think that's just sales. Don't they just say that to everyone?
Nope.
You guys don't get that?
we?
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, so salespeople are honest.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
They really do
it's
look
nice
good.
for
That's
you.
good. Because I just
Fucking
immediately
heart-wrenching
go,
for us.
liars. Yeah,
There's the
okay, I know you want to
occasional-
sell the fucking pants.
It's the occasional, but it's always like
If you find a pair of pants
Glenda,
that's
the
super
50-year-old lady at
You think
David
she's-
Jones.
You think she's 50?
I've had the
They're always
David
older.
Jones and Meyer experience where you go in and they're like,
Yeah.
I'm like, a suit? Right. I guess because I go in wearing like a hoodie and
Yeah, it's just like-
and they're like, okay, you want a suit, do you? Okay, and I'm sure you don't know what sort of cut or style or what it's even for.
Everyone's too loud.
You just keep turning. That's not me. Oh, this is gonna
That's
be really.
me.
You'll know. Oh, blah 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 blah
That's me.
blah 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 blah. That's me. Blah 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 blah. There you are, boy.
Sorry, guys.
You know I'm not even gonna cut it out.
Thanks.
And I've gone
sorry.
in to get a suit, and then they'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, right. What about this one? I'm like, I mean, that's bright pink and has stars on it. Like, okay, well, why don't you decide what you want? It's like, what, just a
Fuck
regular
you.
suit? Okay, we'll try this one. I'm like, yeah, it kind of feels like tight in this area. Though. Okay, because you've got a disgusting body. Can we get some disgusting? Where are the Jill? Where are we keeping the disgusting bodysuits today? And
It's
I'll
so
put it on. I'll be
true.
like, that seems to fit better. I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that would
clearly.
because this is a disgusting
Yeah,
suit for a
that's made
disgusting
for
body.
freaks.
Right. And like, yeah, is the top button up? Like, whatever. It's just gonna look shit
I
anyway.
went to Peter
You're wearing it
Jackson
wrong.
and I got a suit, and he goes, yeah, you're going to have to, okay, give me a second. I'm not sure if we're going to have a black suit in your size.
Oofed.
It's like, fuck you, first of all. You definitely do. because I'm not the most obese person in this. Like, I
It's
was
funny
the
that
same
you
size as
assume
him.
that, because I would just assume when he says that like
There's
it's a
like-
common size, so there's a lot of suits that have sold.
Yeah, but the way he said it was like, oh, you know what
Not sure if
I
we're gonna have a suit in your size
like that.
Yeah, okay.
And then he got one. I tried it on. The pants fit perfectly. Well, not perfectly. They needed to be tailored a bit, but they were like great. And then the jacket was too short. And I think it's because I have quite a long torso proportionate to the rest of my body. I've got shorter legs. So I was like, well, I need a jacket to be a size up because I need it to be a little longer. And he was like, well, we don't do that. So he's like, you're going to have to just get the bigger suit. And I was like, but why would I get bigger pants? He's like, I can tailor them for you. And I said, how much tailoring? $70. You fucking kidding? So I left Peter Jackson
Stormed out.
and I went to Oakley. There's some
Got some cool
backwater
sunglasses.
fucking-
Went back in the shop, and he's like, "Whoa,
No, Oakley-
Johnny, cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's get
well-
you a different size pants to your jacket. I don't want to mess with you, buddy.
Yeah.
Snowboarding around my store."
100%.
Yeah.
And I found a suit and she was like $10 to alter it. I had to take the pants up. It was a fantastic experience.
Here you go.
I'm going to go there. Also, it was an $800 suit down to $300.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It does
I'd almost
reek of
I'd
how
buy
they
that.
price suits, though, because I see that all the time. It's like,
full cotton.
this is a $3,000 suit. We're just giving them away today.
Yeah.
You just give us what's
I
left
always
in that
do.
coffee you're
Yeah.
drinking. Give me that,
Yeah.
and you can have the suit.
So the problem is nobody fucking
What is
buys
the
suits
margin?
anymore. So you
Everyone's
can't
working from
have
home.
if I want a $4,000 suit or I want to go and spend an enormous amount of money on a suit, I want it bespoke. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm going to get a suit, if I'm going to pay thousands of dollars for a suit, I want it to be made to fit my body precisely.
None of this off the rack stuff.
No, but why would
On the
I?
rack.
Why would I spend $4,000 on a suit that fits me kind of okay?
Make the suit to my body.
Precisely.
I am the rack.
Especially when you can like get away with so much. I remember going to the Lyrebird Ward things,
Yeah.
and I remember seeing our friend Dara. He looked great,
Yeah.
And for a bigger guy, he looked awesome. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Where'd you get your thing?" He's like, $70 from Target. This was $19 from Target. This jacket's from Kmart. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, why the fuck would I go to goddamn
Correct.
Peter Jackson?"
Correct. And the guy said, "Oh, it's $800 down to $450," and I was like, "I don't know if I really want to spend $450." He's like, "Well, you're not going to find a suit for cheaper. Do you need me? Maybe we can recommend you some cheaper stores." And I was like, "Fuck you! I could spend $450. I don't want to. It's It's like a suit I'm going to wear once. You know what I mean?" Anyhow, pissed me off. But I found a good spot, and the shoes were hard to take off.
And of course, this is like the lady in the jeans store. They lie. They all lie. And he's not going to say like, "Oh, well, you don't want to spend that much." Well, there's much better suits for cheaper at the other store.
Yeah, of course not.
So that's not good business.
He's like, "Try David Jones." I was like, "I did, and they suck."
Yeah. Have you thought about Hugo Boss? They're way too expensive. Well, then these are probably quite cheap when
did-
you think about it comparatively. aren't they?
Comparatively.
When I was at David Jones, I didn't even look at the signs. I was just looking through suits, and I was like, "Fucking, oh yeah, this is the one." Hugo Boss, $3,500.
Yeah.
I was like, "Come on!"
If I see anything in that range, I walk out of the store because I'm like, it doesn't go. It's not like $20 to $4,500. That's not the range they have.
No.
So the annoying thing with all those fucking designer brands is that the suit is still $60 to make tops.
Yeah.
Probably they're made in sweat countries, so
Yeah.
it's like $10.
Yeah.
But the tag is fucking
Stupid
$2,990.
expensive, yeah, 100%. And the problem is, you don't look, or you could probably tell the difference between a Hugo Boss suit and
I couldn't.
a Target. I could, I think.
It's not 4 figures
The
difference.
cut's different. It looks different. It's got a certain sort of finesse to the
Joie
whole
de
thing.
vivre.
But it's also the person that's wearing it has money, so they've also set themselves up with the right type of thing and the
They're
watch.
carrying
and
themselves
the
differently.
whole thing is different.
Their
I feel like
R.M.
if I
Williams
wore-
just slide off.
yeah, and mine gets stuck on these
There's no
fucking
struggling.
elephant feet I've got.
Um,
But speaking of bad experiences,
is there any way you could
Text.
remember which
There's a
one was
document.
mine and turn me back up?
Yeah, have I turned you right down?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you barely hear yourself?
A little, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've
Okay.
turned it all way too far down. But that segue was fucking unreal.
That was a great segue. Yep, that's good. Oh, that's perfect, Aidan. Oh, you've done me good. You've done me a good one.
I'm fine. I'm just happy to be here.
All right, jump into this segue.
Okay.
I'm
And
excited.
make it rain.
Literature.
This
We're
is something I've been
learning.
holding on to for weeks.
Harboring?
For weeks.
He pulled it out of his jacket the other day.
For weeks.
Just
I've
been
held-
flaunting it.
This is a review that
Of?
I got while at JB Hi-Fi.
Okay.
I have to tell you, there's no punctuation, and it's really long.
It's not short, yeah, but it is big print. Oh, I didn't realize it folded.
That was such a good reveal of the second page. I thought it was just one bit of paper.
Oh, you thought it was just like this?
Buckle up, yeah.
No.
Now, No, yeah, you should read
please,
it to us.
please.
You should read it.
Oh,
to
no,
us.
I'll read it to
Yeah,
you
yeah,
because
yeah.
there's no punctuation.
Okay, yep.
So I'm going to, and the spelling is god awful. So I'm going, like, god awful.
Can I just actually, I'll look at it when you're done. I want to.
Feel free. I'll just give you an overview of this story.
I just want to see the print. Like, what?
Oh, because it's not. Don't read it. There's
No,
some gems in there.
I'm just looking at the font and everything.
So
How does it get in your hands?
So when you shop at JB Hi-Fi, they say, "Would you like to get a digital receipt?" And then you say yes. You give them your phone number. You get a text message, and then you get a text message to say, "Rate your experience." And you do it online.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
No, but some
Crazy people do.
Super lunatic people do, and this is that. And then the only way, because we don't have Word on our computers, just on the store, I had to get it off the notepad.
Okay, yeah.
Printed from notepad. That's why the font is so odd. That's why it's also.
I really wanted to be a crazy person who just left it.
It's
Still as a crazy
Sans.
person.
It's wild.
Lay it on us.
Okay. 1 second. Where's my phone? I have something else on my phone related to this story.
Okay.
So I've got to get myself prepared.
Hey, that's fine.
Cipher to decode it.
No, yeah, well, you would think.
I'll just think about your feet.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
So,
wait.
Fuck.
So
Oh, my
big.
God.
Knuckles so hairy.
Oh, God, it doesn't matter. I can't find it. I'm already stressed. I'm too stressed to find it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So I came in the day before, looked at a laptop and got some great help from one of your stuff. Supposed to be staff. And decided the next day, return and buy the last one available. When I did, you had a different staff on, and that one I decided on getting was gone, but your system still said one available. Your staff members said I could go to another JB store, and there are some in stock there. I replied, I can't. I'm already late to my girlfriend's birthday party, and the laptop was her gift that I needed this very afternoon. I then went up in price on picking laptops one after another. Used were sold out, or I would have to go to another store, as I kept saying I don't have time for that. I then decided to buy a $1,800 one because that's what was available. I was only going to spend $1,400, so $400 more than I intended.
Check that.
Quick pause. On the day of his girlfriend's birthday?
Yeah.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Just whip in.
Just whip in, grab a quick laptop.
Well, it got there the day before. There was one. I'll think about it. Come here the next day. Sorry, we're sold out. All right, I guess I'm going to have to spend some more.
There's no problem because
I couldn't
JB
possibly
says,
go down from where we are to...
No, God, no.
Or
Well,
to-
why would you bother?
or
It's-
to-
it
From where?
says
Wherever.
you've got one.
Right.
You've got one in stock. What
Correct.
could possibly go wrong with that?
Also, not just on the day, like he's going to a party,
On the way.
and he's like, I can't, I'll be late.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck it.
Yeah, the party starts at 3. I better go to JB Hi-Fi at 2:30.
Fucking idiot.
So, okay. $400 more than I asked. Another staff member about what's the difference between another laptop compared to the one that's in stock in your store. Sorry. You might have to bleep the names in case I accidentally keep going. That's in stock in your store. Your up yourself staff member then said, so you have him get this. Oh, fucking hell. I'm so sorry.
Is this you, by the way? Are you the up
I
yourself?
will give you the context
Okay,
after.
All right.
Your up yourself staff member then said, so you
Yeah,
have
this is
him
Aidan.
getting the laptop. So you have him getting the laptop. Wait for him to come back. He can answer your question. I have a customer to help. I then said, okay, and spoke to my 5-year-old daughter standing next to me. I turned around and the same rude staff member was not serving another customer
I hope you weren't severing another customer.
absolutely.
Good Lord.
at all. And standing there with a female staff member, he then trying to show off and be a smartass said, well, all depends on the computer. Do I have fuel to drive to another store to get the laptop I wanted at the start? I replied in saying, yeah, of course. I have the money to buy a laptop in the first place. Then this head up his own ass walks away. I said to the female staff member, was that comment bloody needed? She then looked at me, put her head down and said, no, was not. She then stood
Put
next
her
to me.
head down.
Yeah.
Very
And
dishonourable.
she put her head down and said, no, was not. She then stood next to me and answered some of my questions. In all, I spoken with a nice member the day before and chosen the one I wanted. Your system showed one when there wasn't one. The guy helping me was doing all he could with
He was
stock.
there.
Right?
He said, I want that one. Well, I'll package it up. No, I'll come back on the way to my girlfriend's
Not
party.
even package it up.
I want
I'll
it to be
just go out
warm
the
when
back
I-
and get it.
Yeah.
It's not one left. It's like there's one left out the back. You can have it if you
Don't
want.
even go. I don't want you to go and cite it. Don't even look and see if it's there. I will
Correct.
come back tomorrow and purchase it
You want
on
some
the
fresh.
way.
Fresh.
The guy helping me was doing all he could with stock being out and going up and up in price to find an available laptop I needed right then. And the last lady member who answered my question when I was spending $400 more than I came into
lady member.
JB Hi-Fi lady member speaking.
Then I came into was helpful and shouldn't have felt bad about the shit comment she had to hear direct at me. So now I'll get to your rude one-liner staff member trying to sound insult me, IN space SALT. Trying to sound insult me and put me on a fuelless bum with the personality of a dickless wonder.
Wait, can I get that sentence again, please?
Just buckle up, Ben. Here you go.
Can we start from the top?
So now I'll get to your rude one-liner staff member.
Oh, now I'll get. Sorry, yeah.
Right? Trying to sound insult me and put me on a fuelless bum with a personality of a dickless wonder, trying to put a customer down in front of my daughter and female staff member to feel good about having a small cock and a head full of shit for brains should be sent out the back and made to count the shit marks in the toilet bowl and use his rude tongue to wash them off with all the petrol in insert suburb here. Seeing how customer don't have fuel to run from store to store, picking up a laptop that your fucked system showed it was available. It's small-minded staff member like him that can't count how many are left in the first place after getting home and explaining it to some friends at the birthday. So we've moved on. There's no punctuation. After getting home and explaining it to some of my friends at the birthday party that I needed this gift for, they were very shocked that I didn't get your shithead staff member to apologize, then strip down naked, putting his shit-stained jocks on his head and repeat, sorry I spoke to you like shit, and then made him crawl on his small dick hands all the way to the next door.
Tiny ass little dick hands.
Little dick hands.
Yeah, make him crawl on his small dick hands all the way to the next door and pick up the laptop I was coming in to buy. I decided on the day before.
Wait, how could he do that? He had to get to the party.
And
that would have taken forever.
Yeah, right. He would never have been there in time.
Yeah.
Before, if I get another JB staff member speak to me and try and put me down to make themselves feel tough, good, or better about the fact that he couldn't sell lube to a dried up hooker, I'm going to pull my pants off and take the biggest shit I can on the floor. Because if I walk in and cop that shit, I'm leaving a piece of my shit in return. And all the shit-loving staff members
Oh my God, what a psycho.
can share it around for lunchtime. Apart from that, I do like the laptop. When me and my girlfriend are
5 stars.
I don't know what all the other
So,
shit-loving staff members have done to
Apart
deserve
from
this.
that, I do like the laptop. When me and my girlfriend are watching some fucked up porno, I will always remember that life can be worse. Just become a JB Hi-Fi employee like your star employee from today. Thanks for reading my email. I hope you can see how satisfied I was with 3 staff members, and it only took one small dick one to make me feel like I'm buying a laptop from Dumb Cunts R Us. You want it, we shit it out.
Like how he tied it all back together at the end there. That's
But
great.
it made him sound like the dummy. He's like,
No,
I
I
had
disagree.
3 lovely people and it only took one guy to make me hate all of you. Grow up.
I like specifically the part where he says, apart from that, I love the laptop, especially with my girlfriend and I are watching some fucked up porno.
Who was the staff member?
Okay. It wasn't me.
What?
I'm the guy helping out the back. So this was my customer, and he was this I might have mentioned it even on the podcast before. He kept saying, I'm going to go fuck, yeah, if I spend a little bit more, my missus has got to shag me tonight. Maybe I'll get some fucking anal. Like, he was being really fucking grotesque in the store. And I was like, look, this one's not available, but I can get you this one. It's a little bit more. He's like, well, I'm fucking getting some tonight, aren't I? Like, in front of his daughter and stuff. It was really gross. I was super uncomfortable.
He seemed so
And the guy...
lovely in the...
Yeah, so lovely. And the guy that pissed him off was Chris, who we know from very, very early episodes of the podcast, who the guy with the box cutter, etc. Remember?
Okay.
So it was him. But that comes under my review because it was my numbers, like my staff code. And I just thought it was so fucking funny. So
So
there
you
go.
actually so you weren't Chris with the box cutter. You were, just please wait here, sir. I'll go at the back of my small dick hands and I'll have a look for that.
Yeah,
before
absolutely.
You.
Yeah, I
Please
mean, I guess
refrain
I
from
will
shitting in
go
the
and-
middle of the floor.
Yeah, I guess I will go and lick all the... here's the other one.
What was he
Here's
going to do with his daughter while he shit?
I'm not sure.
Was he just going to make her watch him shit
I
on
don't
the
know
floor?
whether it's-
Here's the title of the whole thing that I didn't quite capture. Get rid of the fuel-sniffing, bog-eating, no-dick guy. Sure, your stock will read right and the place won't smell like shit-stained jocks.
But he's the one that wants to do the shitting.
Yeah, but he's saying that
He's
we're
all over the
He's
place.
all over the place. I mean,
He's
his message-
unhinged.
No,
his
but he's
message is
like
all over the place.
He's a shit for shat thing. It's like, you want to shit, then I'll fucking shit.
Yeah, like if you guys want to shit, let me
Yeah.
shit. So
You want to shit? We can
Is
fucking
this,
shit.
is this another one?
No, it's the same
Oh.
thing. That would have been a great game. I didn't even think of it. No, I just love it so much.
It
I've
is
been carrying it around with me because it's so full on. It's so full on from start to finish, and there's no punctuation.
It's really good.
No punctuation.
Now, was he Was he white and stupid or was he foreign?
He was white and stupid.
White and stupid. Yeah.
That's why
I was like,
I feel like
is that bad
okay.
English or is that
No,
Yeah.
bad English?
It's bad English, but like he was definitely high when he wrote this, or pissed out of his mind, because it was like, I'm going to be Mrs. Party.
Just want to make it clear when I say, I'm not saying foreign people are
Like,
equal
you
as
could-
white
you could
dumb
give them
people.
a-
I
you
just
could give
mean
them a
in
pass.
terms of not being able to write
No, he was just a like
fluently.
just a
Yeah.
It's not his second language. That's his first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, his first language is the streets.
Yeah, clearly. Fucking Jesus, that guy was so full on. Anyway, I really liked the review, and I thought I wanted to share with everyone.
I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was a whirlwind.
It's a whirlwind.
Yeah.
Right?
Real Roger Ebert vibes.
Don't know who Roger Ebert is.
The film reviewer guy.
Oh, from that show with the woman?
Don't know which one. No, that's David Margaret.
It's David Margaret.
Hmm.
Or
Is it-
Dave and
So
Margaret.
David Margaret.
Oh, David Margaret.
And I'm sure the woman's got a name.
Is it Tolkien that doesn't write with punctuation?
Tolkien's dead, doesn't write at all.
Got him!
Oh, zing!
Really, really good.
That's
Really
a kill
good.
shot.
That's a kill shot.
No, it's Cormac McCarthy you're thinking of.
I want to ask you a question, Ben.
Okay.
Because while Aidan and I were doing the bloody show for 3 weeks,
Bloody.
you got COVID
Yeah, that was my show.
and you did what I did for 3 days, which was awful, by the way, which was isolating in one room,
Yep.
Yeah.
your bedroom. When I isolated in here, on day 3, I was photoshopping my face onto naked women because I thought it'd be funny. And it was funny, but it was so crazy that I
That's
just like
bizarre.
deleted everything and was
Really? You should have showed us.
like, yeah.
You can't recover those files?
But I remember thinking it was, no, not now. I remember thinking, I'm like, this is a crazy isolation move, but you did the full 7 days
So did I.
in your bedroom, apart from occasionally popping out.
That's
for
wild.
In one room?
Yeah.
I thought you were in the house. I thought
Yeah, it was in the house, but it was in my room.
I thought you had the whole house.
I
Carte
didn't,
blanche.
I didn't have the wing. I had the house. I had the
Okay.
room. But please tell us.
I don't know. It's all a blur. The first day was like fever and achy, so I was just like, I'm just gonna just
Be
lay in bed.
Yeah.
And then I had a shower at the end of that day, and I was like, this might be the nicest shower I've ever had. It was crazy
Yeah.
good. And then the next day I woke up, I'm like, man, I feel like $1 million. I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Oh, you
'Cause I
felt better after one
great.
day.
In the morning, on the second day, I was like, I feel totally fine. I had that slight, like, I'm killing this virus. Like, my body was, when you coming out of a cold,
Yeah,
you're
you're
like,
like,
I'm still snotty, but like, I know that I'm winning
on
this fight.
top. Yeah.
And then that day progressed, and I went, and I was like, I feel bad now, but
Feel
not
bad.
I didn't get the fever or anything again. I just felt like, kind of tired and shit. And that was it for the whole week. And then the rest of it was just
I,
sitting there
I
being
had the
like,
same second day where I like felt good, and then I walked from one side of the house to the other, and I was like,
game over. Yeah.
Really? I
was out of
bad.
breath.
I was bad for 4 days straight.
jeez.
Like bad. But I had the cricket on because it was during the summer. So like the final Ashes test was on. I watched that. I stayed in my bed, but I was like, I was swallowing like
Oh, that's the
like
pain.
trying not
Throat
to
pain is-
swallow.
yeah.
'Cause my throat was god awful.
Now, did you have your beautiful, lovely parents bringing some things to your door every now
Not
and again?
even that. So I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Yeah.
which was beautiful.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was amazing because thank God my beautiful, lovely parents. But also like my auntie would bring food. I was like fed superbly, but I could only taste vinegar. Which
What a
was beautiful.
waste.
No, it's beautiful. A salad, my God, all of a sudden a salad tastes like unreal. Because like I'm salivating just at the thought of it. I'm so hungry. So I could taste like salt
Oh, yum.
and I could taste vinegar. So
Salt
like
and vinegar.
so like
So everything was Pringles.
yeah, everything was Pringles,
That's good.
and the salad was like beautiful, refreshing. It was like it was like at the end of summer where it's still quite warm, but this beautiful breeze is coming through. You're like, God Almighty, I want to live in this weather forever.
So you had COVID in Tuscany.
I had Tuscany COVID.
But
Nice.
so, and your roommates were
Totally.
equally as
Yeah, well, I had the
supportive?
same thing. On day 4, I think Steve threw some mail at my bedroom door.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that it?
that's it.
You're kidding.
That's it.
Why didn't you message me? I would have made you some sort of soup.
That's all right. I don't like to be a burden.
Yeah. Man. Next time you get COVID, you have to be in your room. Tell me so I can make you soup.
I don't know of anyone who's been locked in their bedroom and got a speeding fine.
You got a speeding fine? That is hysterical.
Yeah, I just heard. I was like, "What's that?" And I opened the door and I was like, "Oh, mail."
Oh, Steve, how did you
Civic
eat? Were you
compliance.
eating Uber Eats all the time, or what?
There's a lot of Uber Eats, fish and chips.
Yum.
See, this is
yeah,
the
it
thing,
wasn't-
though. It's
yeah.
like super young, but so not what your body wants to be able to fight a virus.
Well, I think that's what the problem was like, The first night felt terrible. Then the second day I woke up and was like, this is not bad. I think maybe by tomorrow I might be over this. And I'm like, I'm going to get a pizza for dinner to celebrate. And I ate the whole pizza, and then I woke up feeling like I was dying.
Your body's like, please give me some nutrients.
We're fighting a virus. We don't need cheese.
Yeah. Cheese and processed meat.
There you go, boys. Throw this at it. 2 kilos of mozzarella.
No, I was having this beautiful like granola and yogurt for breakfast with a side of
squeezing a bit of lemon over things.
A little
like
bit of a
this.
peach. My dad would do a lovely barbecue chicken. I got vodka pasta, lovely salad with every meal, some crusty bread, a bell to ring when I got some fruit when I was hungry.
That's great.
I lost so much weight when I was in isolation. I lost so much weight.
I did. I got my abs got a good workout from coughing, fucking cock up, my lungs up.
I don't cough my cock.
I'm like other humans. I have lungs. I don't have cocks for lungs. Cocks for lungs, penis for hands.
I am like other humans.
COVID's weird like that, isn't it? Usually the dick stays way down in there, but it comes right like.
It's a reverse.
Yeah, I would. So in the morning, I'd sneak downstairs and make myself a little coffee, and then I'm on that.
COVID doesn't mind if you sneak or you walk. It's
no, if you're quiet enough, the germs don't know.
Yeah, they're just gonna like sick.
They're still up in bed.
That's what happens.
Where's the host? Where's the host?
Where's Ben?
No, I'd walk down and sneak back upstairs, and they wouldn't know. By the time I shut the door, they're like, "Oh wait, we're out." Oh fuck it, whatever.
Damn it! You're like, yeah.
So
sucked in. I felt great.
and then I'd open the window upstairs because I got one of these windows that opens like that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And that would be my fresh air outsidiness.
Oh,
I would just sort of lean out the window.
Poor Victorian boy.
I know. Hello, anybody?
Like the English patient.
Yes, that was me.
I am burned.
And I would look out across the lands. And by like day 3, I think, cars would drive past and I'd just be like, fuck you. They'd be like, I'd never seen them, didn't know. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are? Just driving around, living your life. What, are you going to see someone you know?
Who do you think
You're going to the shops to just get stuff? Fucking free privilege.
Yeah, you bastard.
At
least you got to see a little bit of the vista. Do you know what I mean?
A little bit. It was pretty shit.
My view out of my window is the next door neighbor's bathroom.
There was a point where I was eating a kiwi fruit.
Oh, so good.
And a car drove past. And I was like,
the kiwi fruit?
all right, I'm going to hit it from here.
Did you?
No, I didn't, because it was my only kiwi fruit. And I wanted to eat it.
Do you eat the skin of the kiwi?
I do. I don't eat the 2 end bits. It's like an apple, but I eat through the middle.
Do you
And then I
really?
have 2 bits, and I throw them into the garden.
Is that the truth?
That's the truth.
Is
That's
Oh.
odd. Do you eat the skin of a kiwi?
No.
Why would you? It looks not appealing.
No, but that's where all the good shit
appealing. You know that scene in The Simpsons when Bart's broken his leg in summer around the swimming pool, and Marge is outside talking to Lisa, and she's like, I think you need to go up and see Bart. He's acting all like weird and loner. I can't remember the exact dialogue, and they look up at him and he's in the window like that. That's what I pictured.
This is what I personally liked it, because that's what I felt. And there was a point as well where I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna use this productively these 7 days.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write another play.
Yeah?
So I sat down and I started writing, and I was like, wait, this is... Because I was staring out the window at the cars going past, I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, she kind of looked. She probably saw me saying that. Good. I hope that ruins your fucking day.
Holden Commodore's coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I was like, no, I got to stop this. I'm going to write another play. And I was like, wait, that's what Bart does. He writes he's like,
that's it.
Kippers for breakfast, mother. Always at St. Swiggy's Day already. And I was like, oh, God, what a cliche. Stuck in a room writing the play.
Yeah.
All I need is a broken leg, so I'll put that in the bin.
So you put that in the bin.
I got 10 pages. We'll see what happens.
What was it about?
But
I said that so weird. What was it about?
what was our play about you did?
What was the play about?
It was about a guy who throws kiwi fruit at a car.
It's called Kiwi Throwers.
And the car smashes and he gets taken to small claims court.
Oh, dear.
And as
Like a Judge
punishment,
Judy type
they
thing.
give him little dicks for hands.
Yeah. They say, go and find me the most appropriate laptop and have it in
Go
stock.
and lick the skid marks off the toilet.
You fucking petrol dipshit shit brain.
So day 5.
Day 5, I don't really remember. It all kind of blurs together. I remember getting, day 5 was, so I started with, I got the big 55-inch TV, put it at the end of the bed.
Beautiful.
Good move, good move.
And I sit in bed and I'll watch a movie and I was like, I'm bored of this. And then I would play computer, but I hate my computer chair. It gives me a sore back like that chair does.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is not working. So day 2 or 3, it would have been 3, I think, because I tried the first day the normal way. I dragged out the computer from the closet, plugged it into the TV, and I was playing computer in bed. I was like, this is all right, but this still is kind of hurting my...
It just doesn't do it.
No,
Yeah.
I had a little
That's
tray,
too
like a
much.
little tray thing.
Yeah.
Still was not
it's
the
not
back.
it.
It was all the pillows and shit. So I'm
It's
like,
not
all
it.
right, what else can we do? So then I rotated it this way and got a chair there and had like a little couch lounge thing set up.
Nice.
So I had a chair and the TV so I could just sit like normal and play.
Yeah.
And it was still keyboard mouse on the lap, but it was fine. And then the next day I was like, all right, that's fine, but the sound is annoying. I'm sick of wearing headphones.
Yeah.
So I got these big tower speakers that are probably about that high.
Sure.
Like 3.5, 4 feet tall. And I had them set up next to the TV.
And what were you playing?
Just whatever was going on.
I bet you never actually ended up playing anything.
Not really, no. I would play like 10 minutes of a game, and then watch a movie, and then go back to this and go.
So
I just
boring.
got nothing done.
As soon as all you can do is play video games, I hate video games.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Got unlimited access to everything on the internet, and I don't want to do any of it.
None of it.
Yeah.
I just want to go over there.
Yeah.
Until there's a game that you like comes out and you wish you had time to play it.
So
I was like, kind of get sick right now.
Here's the good thing. When I was in isolation, I said to Matt, what game should I play? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, why don't you just play Resident Evil 3 or something? And I played Resident Evil 3. With Resident Evil 3 is not the one with the blue man.
The Blue Man?
It was a Blue Man group.
No, Mr. X is
Mr.
blue.
X, that's two that you and I
two.
played together.
Right, so I played 3, and that was great. And then I played another one, and I didn't like it as much.
Can't remember.
But I played, there's one with like the guy with the big hair.
The big hair. That was 3.
Oh, that's 3. He's got the
Yeah.
big hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, I played 3, and that was good because it's like a brand new game that I was like into.
Yeah.
But I had like scheduled my day. I was like, okay, so I'll get up, the cricket will be on. I'll watch the cricket till tea. Okay, then tea's on. They've got an hour-long break, so I guess I'll have to fit in an hour of. And I was colouring on my iPad like a fucking lunar.
I recommended a bunch of games to him, but nothing was.
What'd you recommend?
Nothing was sticking. Well, Elden Ring was a big one, but I wish because I didn't know that you were isolating in a room by yourself. Because I remember it was on like day 4 or something, and Beck mentioned something about you being in isolation, and I was like, it's all right. He's got Georgia and Steve and Kleitmans will all be there taking care of him. She was like, no, he doesn't. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's in his office, and I was like, I didn't think anyone else would be stupid enough to do that like I did. I thought they would all just be like, as whatever. I thought the vibe of the house would be whatever.
It is wild.
And then I wish on day 1 I'd been like, get Elden Ring. But it wasn't until like day 4 or 5 that I was like, hey, you should get Elden Ring. You're like,
so much co-op Elden Ring.
would have been a fucking ridiculous time.
Yeah.
Stray came out as well. Thought Stray would have been, but you didn't have the console.
Stray.
Oh, and Stray was on PC as well.
Stray good.
I watched you play
It's
that
fine.
Stray for a bit, and I was like, yeah, it's fine.
fine.
I can't see myself getting into it. Maybe
It would have killed half a day.
Yeah.
Elden Ring's good. You should just try Elden Ring. I'd love to play Elden Ring. Though we've pretty much just done it twice. It's good.
I did a bit of Half-Life Alex. That was all right.
Oh, so fucking good.
Oh yeah, you would have
That's
the
good.
VR set up with a little bit of space and everything.
Yeah. So I did that. That was cool. I like that. It was a good game.
Anything else?
I don't remember. I'm sure it's just like a hazy blur, like a psychosis that I've come out of.
It does do that.
It's funny
sort
that
of
you're
blends.
like, well, cricket, play the game, and mine was like, yeah. The only thing I had was like, before everyone else gets up, I'll wake up and I'll go down and make the coffee. So I have my coffee and then I drink my coffee, and then it's just like being mad at cars.
But then
and
the
then
problem
hearing
is if
Steve
you
in the gym
get up-
being mad at that.
If
And then,
you get up as early as you can, or get up before everybody else to get a coffee, you're up. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, I'll wake up at 11, check the cricket score. I'll be exhausted by 10 o'clock. I've got 12 hours to fill, or just under 11 hours to fill. So it's like, let's go. We can do this. But if you were to say, somebody bring me a coffee, which was probably the better idea, one of you please make me a coffee. You see?
well, and could have slept in and killed a few hours.
Yeah.
No, I was just waking up early anyway.
You were just waking up early anyway.
I only remember
Wild.
doing the two, like, I don't remember a lot either from being in here.
But you were in here because Beck had it and you didn't want to get it.
No, I had it. I didn't want to give it to her.
And then she got it.
Yeah. She eventually got it. She was testing, and I said, when you test, we'll both isolate in the house. But until then, I'll stay in here. And the only 2 crazy things I did was the putting myself on
It's
naked
so
people.
weird. Like she could have I guess
She would never have come in. But if she came in, it would have been like, oh, well, look at this. And the other one was me sitting in front of the mirror and drawing like facial features
on
with the texture in the mirror and like pretending I had a mustache. And I remember there was one I did like a mustache and then did an eyebrow man and kept switching between them and like having a conversation, playing characters.
You lost your mind.
Yeah. I didn't lose my mind. I was just saying it was like that. And I remember I couldn't see it that well, so I was like, I better turn the light on. And I don't know what it was about COVID that was making me really light sensitive. So I ended up with the blue like glasses, the
Blue
mustaches,
blockers.
and I was like, what the? That was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Eating a lot of Doritos.
Yeah, my body ached for a week.
It's achy body. It's a hard one.
So
Yeah.
fucking bad.
The throat pain was the worst part of. That's the one that hit me.
I was hot and cold within 2 seconds of each other, and then I'd feel really great, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is great," and then I'd do one like for 5 minutes, I'd feel amazing, and I'd like get up and walk to my computer. For like 3 days, playing video games was making me nauseous.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, well, now what do I fucking do? Sit and do nothing? Like I'm gonna die. And I had my guitar in there, and I still didn't learn how to play it.
Yeah.
Although I did try, and I was like Mr. Burns with the toothbrush. I was like, you know what I mean? Like I just couldn't possibly strum the guitar.
We haven't done it for a long time. It's physically taxing.
The guitar.
it does
squeeze
hurt
the.
It does to squeeze as much, and like Matt says, my feet and my hands are very similar, so I can't really I don't have the dexterity and these fucking bear paws and bear.
I can't play with my feet either.
That's a good point, but I can't get my pinky doesn't do what I need it to do, and then all of a sudden it's cramping. I'm so fucking gross and pink.
It's just practice.
Well, I'm glad you're out of isolation.
Me
now.
too.
Yeah.
My sister.
Who gave it to you? Do you know?
Probably someone at work, I think. My sister had a dream. She's like, I dreamt you. I found out you found out you were dying, and so you drove your car. You smashed your car on purpose.
Ooh.
And then she's like, and then I had a dream that you're a ghost and you were like crossing over, and I was on my knees and I was begging you, please, don't go. And then even in that situation, I was like, all right, get off my shoe.
Fine, I'll stay now. Get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Me.
So what? That was when you had COVID.
It was just after, but she's like, I had a dream that you found out you were dying. Like it wasn't COVID, it was something else or something like that. I found out her dream. I found out I was dying, and then I just was like, I'm going to own this, and so I crashed my car driving fast to just take
you're
control.
Not gonna
of
take me. I'll die.
I'll go out on my own terms, and then I was like a ghost crossing over, like goodbye. She's like, please don't go. I was like, all right, get off my shoe. All right, already enough.
I believe it.
Yeah, that's funny. I thought that was very reminiscent of the vibe on here.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Aidan and I had an after party in a mansion, which is pretty fucking great.
Yeah, sorry, I was
it
busy.
A mansion.
Like, it was pretty fucking good.
It's not that much nicer than my house.
It's different than your house. Yours is
It's just a lot smaller, so it's just more cute and compact.
It was I never saw upstairs, but like
everybody was going crazy for it, and it was nice. But I think my house, don't you think? I think my
you have
house
an equally nice house.
That's what I'm saying.
But his house had like
I
hit
said-
stations.
I was
You
talking-
go over there,
yeah.
there'd be a place to sit and hang in chairs.
Yeah.
You go over there, there's two blue chairs facing each other.
Yeah,
against
you
a
really got to
bookshelf.
get some furniture.
Yeah, the emptiness of my house is pretty.
You do have like spots, like you've got like the living room and that, and then you've got that extra room with the fireplacey sort of vibe.
A lounge room, a living room.
I remember-
Outside have got places to sit.
But I mean, in his outside,
That's right.
there was like over there was a little corner with a heater. Then there was the bar. Then there's the spa. Then
He's
there were
got this
two other
beautiful
spots.
outdoor. His
Just
outdoor
so-
section's amazing. But
With a big cast of people there, Aidan and I was laying on a couch, stoned, and Aidan was sitting on the other couch, and we sat there for ages, and nobody interrupted us because everybody had like places to be, and I was just talking shit.
I drove Chris to the show in my car because he
guy's
drives,
house.
That's his house, right? I drove him to the show, and I obviously drive a shitbox, and he does not. He drives this amazing BMW or whatever. Anyway, the tire had to be changed, so he couldn't drive his car, and I was driving. And then later on at the party, I think you were there by that stage. I said, "Hey, Chris, what do you think we swap houses?" And he was like, "Judging from your car, no." That's fair. So we're driving, and I've got him, and it was raining. And you know when it's raining on the freeway, and it feels like it's raining heavier than it actually is because you're going so fast.
Yeah.
And my windscreen wipers don't have a good enough setting to figure out which one I should do. I've got, or I've got ba. But this was right in the middle, right?
Oh,
I
that's
wanted a ba.
Pain in the ass.
But I don't have that. And I said to Chris, and I had someone in the back seat, I'd lay in the back seat, and I was like, God, I hate it when it rains like this because I don't have the right setting. And he goes, don't you have some sort of intermittent function? And in the back, Lee's going, no, this is why I get the fucking train. You see, I don't like windscreen wipers. He goes, no, mine has I said, no, I don't have an intermittent function. And he goes, yes, well, the BMW senses the rain on the windscreen and chooses how fast to go. Right. I was like, you suck.
This car has 4 tires.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, do you know what? My car can fucking get you where you need to go.
Oh, you know what else he did? We was sitting outside the bathroom, and he come by and he goes, "Boys," I'm like, just a little like, come in here to the room that says "Do not enter." It was that slight little bit of like sexism when there was a girl right there as well, and she was like,
Yeah,
boys, come
He was
this
like,
way."
I felt so bad.
Uncomfortable.
Someone push her in the face.
I feel like he might as well have. It was like
I was like,
And then he opened up the door and we went into his office.
oh,
Just like,
right.
man,
sat
Had
on
a
this-
cigar each, did you? And
It was basically
basically that,
He
but
had a
didn't have a
big
cigar.
Union Jack framed on the wall. He had a putting area, like a putting practice.
That was
thing.
quite possibly the funniest moment of the entire night.
Sat on a leather couch. He goes, smell it. And I was-
I sat on
it
it.
smells like dick.
Yeah, I sat on it. I got there earlier because I dropped him off. He goes, come here. And I sit down. I sat right in the middle. He's like, that's where I jack up. I was like, oh, no.
That's his vibe. He's like Alec Baldwin. Is it 100% his vibe?
I
Yeah.
like the, I remember Alec Baldwin talking about all the chairs he jacks off in.
No, the way he speaks and the way he
this is the chair that I masturbated my penis.
He was talking up his golf and he was saying, it's brilliant. You all have to play it. And by the end of the night, everyone was like, I want to play golf. I was like enchanted by the idea of golf. And he took in me, Matt, and our MD, Tyson. And we go into the room and he's like, Tyson, I'll teach you how to putt. And he's got this putting green in there. And he's like, he lines up. Too short. Okay. Lines up.
Okay.
Too short. Okay. Lines up. Too long. Okay. Lines up. Just right. Misses the hole. Okay. Keeps going. Too short. And he's going, see, it's not easy. It's not easy even for the guys that play it. And he's getting so flustered. It hits him. It makes him
9 shots.
like 9 shots. Then Tyson
6
gets up.
meters, by the way. Not very far.
What par is this, Chris?
He was getting so flush. It was so funny. It was like at an episode of The Office where Michael Scott's like, I'll teach you how to putt. And then he just fucks it so bad. So then Tyson nails it. Matt gets up, does really well. And then they're like, you have a go. And I was like, no, I really don't want to. And he was like, no. But, oh, no. Oh, please, definitely do it. And I get up and I, in my head, went like this. But I very clearly was like, bang. Oh. It like smacked the back of this little frame and everyone was like, Jesus Christ. And even Chris, I thought he was joking at first. He was like, Jesus Christ, the fuck? You're trying to break all my shit? I was like, I was the most embarrassed I've ever been. I was dying. Was it as bad as I?
No, it wasn't that bad. It was funny when he did it. Took him 9 shots, and
Yeah.
I had on my 3rd go, I got it in, and then it was Tyson went to go, and he was like, let me give you some pointers, Tyson, and we all fucking died. It took him 9.
That's good.
And Tyson got in too, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. It was real good.
I like the old school just
I have a
flaunting
video
the
of it,
wealth
by
as
the
well. Like,
Oh,
he's not like, oh, yeah, look, I did pretty well a couple of
No.
years ago before that. He's like, yeah, but your fucking putting green isn't
Yeah,
as big.
yeah.
I don't even know how to use this piece of shit, clearly.
Yeah, he walked me past. He said, see those clubs? $6,000. And I was like, oh my God, this is the thing. He's so fucking like,
He's quite
he's
funny.
so
as well.
funny, but he must have so much money.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Like, he has to, right?
Yeah. His job sounds like the kind of thing that would pull in a bit of dosh.
He's doing his meetings on the golf course.
That kind
As you
of
do.
that kind of vibe.
That's how you do real business.
Yeah, he also was like he did this thing. He said to me, he's like, I'm done with theater. I used to get this feeling when you crush a roll and the audience is cheering, and he was like, yeah, I don't get that anymore. But from golf, when you hit a sweet shot,
Oh, mama.
I was like, oh, you've just said he had this whole fucking experience in front of me in his head. I was like, oh, you really like golf? Okay.
Got back in the room, back in the room.
To me. It's real funny.
The twins stayed here that night. They stayed right here. They slept in this room.
Really?
Poor. I felt bad. I just didn't want the
Yeah.
dog to annoy them.
That's fair.
And then the next morning, we went and we had breakfast, and the waiter said something so strange. We were leaving.
He asked if you and Beck were twins.
No, close. We were leaving, and
Yeah.
it's me, Beck, and the twins, the 2 girls. And he stops as we're leaving. He stops. He goes, "Are you guys all siblings?" And then we're like, "Oh,
No.
Well, we said yes because we thought he was talking about just the twins. I thought he was making a twin reference, and he goes, I thought 1 man, 3 girls, very lucky." And it was just so strange and
How
weird.
old was this guy?
He was like 20. And he was like a 20-year-old Asian man. He was very quiet until then.
That's so
And he was
weird.
like, lucky man. And I'm like, and in his mind, we are siblings. So like, don't say that about my sisters.
But also, don't say that at all.
You fucking dirty dog. It was a very uncomfortable, very awkward.
1 man, 3
Girls.
girls. Lucky
Very
man.
lucky. I was like, have you met any of them?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it was funny. It was
Yeah,
funny.
it's
It was
very
odd. It
uncomfortable.
was funny. It was all odd. The entire 2-day patch was odd. Just kept getting blown away by everywhere I went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that party was one of the best.
I had a
I've
very good time.
in a long time.
Ben, you would have had a great time.
You really would have.
Yeah, I'm sure it would.
Yeah, you would have had a ball.
Sure
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a spa.
it's all right.
It was an outdoor bar.
That'll be next.
The outdoor bar had a TV, and instead of putting like music through the TV or something, he just had a picture.
Put a screensaver of cash.
that said his name's bar. Like it was like he had like a graphic
Of
design
course.
made.
Which I respected a lot.
Yeah.
I respect it a lot, and it was like a point where we were sitting and we're like, should we go behind the bar? And then we did. We went and stood behind the bar and had conversations with everyone around us. It was wild.
Wild.
It was wild.
Wow.
Wow.
And Ben, you had the, I think this would be a good way to finish off. You had the pleasure of seeing another musical that Aidan and I were in.
I imagine you loved it.
You want to give us one of your infamous musical theatre reviews?
Here we go.
I don't know what Chicago's deal is. I don't know what they're doing over
It's
there.
bizarre, isn't it?
The plot makes borderline no sense. And it's so
borderline.
fucking famous. I mean, it makes sense in the sense that everyone plays the same character they started playing at the end of the show.
Except for me.
Yeah, I mean, all the main ones, though. Like, they don't change anyone's name.
Excuse me? I'm kidding. Continue.
Like, the main chick, she
Roxy.
starts as Roxy, and she doesn't just start being someone else in the middle. We're not talking about Roxy anymore. We're bored of that.
Right,
Like,
so
it's
there is-
consistently about the same characters.
Yep.
Mostly. Every now and then there's a random one of like, this person's going to sing a song now. Why? I'd fill some time.
Yeah.
You guys like songs, don't you? That's why we're here. Well, let's sing a song about playing cards or something. No, it's not in there. It's just an example of just like,
that's like
sing a
those
song
noise.
around random
Yeah.
shit.
I believed it though. I was in the show and I was like, yeah, that's a card song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking
sucks.
card song.
Sucks. Yeah.
Sucks. It just
It's bizarre.
it really is just like a
There
first
are-
draft musical. By the seat of your pants, like everyone does a song, does a dance, da 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 da, and then you come in and go, "Hey everyone, lemonade in the parking lot."
Yep.
And they're like, "Woo, lemonade!" Everyone surfs up, and they all run
And
out.
it's just, here I am, Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, and then the girls, the two chicks, do a.
Like all of a sudden they have their own vaudeville
What
show.
is the plot? Do you know? Can you?
The plot is there's a chick and she shoots a guy in cold blood just cause,
Yeah.
and she's our main character. And I guess that they're trying to do the whole, unlikable, unreliable narrator protagonist, but she just shoots a guy and then she's like, and I'm the main one and you gotta like me cause I'm charismatic. And then she goes to prison and they're all like, we're all prisoners here because we all killed dudes, but we definitely didn't do it. And we're all equally unlikable. So it's a bunch of unlikable people just singing about how they're unlikable, but you've got to like them because they're dancing and they can sing and hold notes.
Yep.
And then he's in there and he's like, yeah, no, this guy who's clearly stupping my wife is he's a burglar, Ron from the garage where I get my car fixed. It's just, he just happens to also be a burglar. And then the guy you're playing is like, oh, whoa, wait. No, that's Ron. You're like, wait, Ron? That's my mechanic. But she knows Ron.
Yeah.
Why would Ron be trying to steal stuff from our house?
I'm glad you very
while
clearly
she's just
remember that scene.
standing around in her lingerie.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, damn it, she bloody tricked me with no effort whatsoever. She just said it was a burglar, and then I just believed her because I'm clearly an idiot.
That was a real.
That was
real
really in depth of that one
that
scene.
one that scene. By the way, that scene comes way before the other thing about the girls. In
Yeah,
prison.
I forgot that one was in there. That was when I was paying attention. So then,
That's because that's scene one.
Literally
They sing
scene
the
one.
opening song and then that.
because
scene
I was
happens.
really trying to absorb it, and then I remembered that it was a musical, and the plot the wheels fucking came off
I like
as
that
we were
there
getting to the
are
halfway
several
point.
lines that never are resolved.
Go on.
If she, in the court at the end, if she swears that you're the father of her baby, she does, I do. She does. Step down, daddy. If she swears what? Where's the end of it? Where's the end of that? When's the end of that line? It bothered me every night.
Yeah.
Every night. If she swears, which she does, I do, she does. Step down. And
Well,
then-
she does. She says if she swears that you were the father of her child, which she does.
Yeah, if she
and I
swears
say
that you're the father.
she does.
Right,
and
but-
she goes, I do.
And then what? If she
That's it,
swears
she's-
that you are the father, then what?
Yeah.
If that's not a full sentence. If she swears that you are the father of the child, which she does, I do, she does, then will you decide to get back
If you
together?
take out all the commas,
There's
it's just, if
no-
she swears, then Then what?
That's
Then
true.
have a
Then-
seat,
then
please.
sit down, please.
Plot resolved.
I just like it's like, well, we don't know what to say there.
It's inferred to everyone
It's-
except
it happens
everyone in the
often.
play.
So she tells my character that it's a robbery, and then I work out that it wasn't a robbery, and I get mad. Keep going.
So she says that, and then you're like, oh, how dare she.
Yep.
Take her away, but don't take her away. But then they take her away.
You can call my character the cuck. He was a good
Yeah, I don't know, because he did try to be like, no, this is bullshit. Anyway, see you in jail, darling.
Yeah.
So I guess he is.
Yeah.
So then she goes to jail, and she's like, what the heck is all this? And then they sing a song about, like, I'm the lady, I'm the mum. I don't know if I work here or I'm in prison too. No one knows what my deal is. Do I work here? Am I a guard? Am I a prisoner? Don't worry about it. Give me some cigarettes.
She's a matron.
What does that
What's
mean?
the matron of a prison?
It's like the warden. It's like a female warden.
She's the head
Fucking-
maid.
She's
She's making the beds and the...
Shawshank would have been better if the warden wore lingerie. He's walking around
Maybe
in
it
purple
did.
lingerie.
Underneath. Makes me feel sexy.
And then so she's like, so what's the deal with this joint? And they do like 20 minutes of sexy dancing. And then
a
she's
very
like,
sexy
oh,
prison.
okay, I get it now.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. And then
that's so true.
there's a Hungarian chick who doesn't speak any English. And they're like, yeah, all good, all good. And then they're like, oh, that's blah, blah. Oh, that's blah, blah. The main one, the main prisoner. And she's like, oh, is she? Huh. Well, I'm going to get the Alec Baldwin guy in the red suit. And then somehow she becomes the most famous one because they spin this whole yarn, which is fine. That's fine. I'm on board so far. They spin this whole yarn about like, yeah, but you weren't actually cheating on your husband with some random guy who you shot to death. That guy was obsessed with you and came into your house. And then he was like, you going to marry me or something? And then she's like, no, I'm not. And then they both reach for the gun. But the 5'1" woman overpowered him and shot him. And everyone's just like, yeah, that's totally fair. I get that. She definitely did that. And so she's totally innocent and from the South, and we're not going to check anything at all.
Yeah, she all of a sudden becomes Southern.
Yeah. Which is, it's a gag or whatever, but I don't know. The press are just moronic, but it's fine. It's a musical. Everyone is. And so then after that, we go to, this is where it starts to get a little bit, there's a bit where you come back into.
So she's like, I'm the main prisoner now, and the other main
That's
prisoner's
right.
like, drat.
And then, yeah, and then,
How am I gonna
and then,
get this?
and then this is where I got really annoyed. The one who used to be the main one is like, well, yeah, I got this flawless plan where I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
Then I'll get out of it then, because I'll cry, but then I'll be like, can I have a tissue? And then he'll give me a tissue, and therefore the jury will have to say I'm not guilty.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like,
Just to make her
that
seem like a
it's
kid.
fucking not stupid. And then the main one, Roxy, she does that, and everyone's like, "Oh, damn! She did the perfect plan." It was like an Ocean's 11 of testifying in court.
Yeah.
Where she's like, "This, bow, wow, 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 bow," and then I'll do this, and then at the same time we turn the keys.
Yeah.
But it's just I'll cry and
does it
get,
work?
Get a tissue. Oh boy, howdy does it!
It works like a treat.
Everyone's like, "Oh my! How could she have killed that guy in cold blood?" She kind of cried, but not really.
But she also
What else did she do?
She would say that she was reaching out for something. Oh, it's a glass of water. She needed a glass.
Oh
of
yeah,
water
she had a
from
sip
the
of water and crocodile tears.
Yeah.
And they're like, this woman couldn't have done it. That's what happened in the original Staircase trial, I think. Is that Michael Peterson was in the stand and he's like, oh man, my wife that I murdered, I miss her so much and I definitely couldn't have murdered her. Can I please have a glass of water and a tissue? And they went, oh, this guy, he's fine. He's so
Listen,
fine.
yeah.
How couldn't you have one?
Guilty people don't drink water.
No.
They drink baby's blood and cum.
This is
Absolutely.
true. And
Still what
yeah,
happens.
and
That's
so
Pepsi.
she then does that, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm pregnant," and no one thinks to check on that at all.
Yep.
And isn't there a point where she's with a doctor?
Yeah, I was the doctor.
And the doctor's like, "Well, you got a hat under your shirt. Definitely pregnant then."
Well, the doctor gets paid and she sucks his dick.
I don't
the
remember
doctor,
that scene.
The doctor comes out.
It's very
and-
quick.
And Billy says to him,
He didn't think about Aidan's feet. It's like a 4-second scene.
yeah, real quick.
Yeah.
He comes out and he says, would you testify in court? And the doctor goes, yeah. And then he says, now good, do up your fly. As alluding to the fact
Also,
that
Aidan's shirt was poking out of his fly.
Right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
So,
Okay.
so the doctor lies so that she can be pregnant. And she goes to court and she gets off. Then what?
I like the way you described the thing about, it doesn't like just people just come out and sing a song and it doesn't matter, which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
At that point of the show, it's like, oh, by the way, I'm sad. And it's like, yeah, we know. And I come out and I sing a song about being sad, and then that doesn't resolve or do anything. I just sing the song.
No,
but
you
I think
get all mad and you're like upset at it.
No, but I added that in because the song's boring.
Well, this is the interesting thing. I was talking to Kate about it, and I was like, and what the fuck? Him and her, the Hungarian chick and you, the only two good people, and she just gets hanged to death, and we're like, and she's dead. But it's not even that. She just says, not guilty. And we're like, yeah, we hung her to death. Anyway, so the main people.
Yeah.
She was like, well, that's kind of the point, is that the good people don't get anything out of it.
Was that the main woman's like, right before she gets hanged, the main woman's like, fuck you, I don't need a lawyer, I can get through this. And then they do hang a woman, and then she's like, fuck you, I need a lawyer, come back.
Yeah.
I also didn't understand that until Matt pointed
It's meant to be timed a little bit more brilliantly, where she goes, she's there. They're having it's the exact same scene, the bookends of this.
So she's standing down there and the lady gets hanged. She's like, I don't need a lawyer.
Get me
a lawyer.
It's almost supposed to be funny where but she goes, fuck you, and then she gets hung, and almost immediately they're meant to come back on, and she's dressed and doing all the things he was just telling her to do.
I may have been hasty with my
it's meant to be a little funny.
It's not cabaret. That's the whole point, right?
But
Cabaret's
we spent
like
so long with her getting hung that people would forget the scene that came beforehand.
Because the fucking scene, like, you don't have to hang her on a thing and get her lifted and all that.
It was a whole thing. But I get why that didn't work.
So how does it end?
Are we up to there yet?
Yeah.
So that happens, and then she's like, I'm going to do the thing.
You've also been jumping back.
Yeah, because you said the court, and then we've gone back. So we're at the court scene, she gets out. And then what happens? Deus Ex Machina comes.
Hang on. Yeah. So, no, she's in court. And then they do, there's some song in the court, isn't there? There's a court song?
Razzle Dazzle. That's before. That's setting up for the court.
Okay, and then we're in the court.
The court's just got a lot of timed stuff. So like she'll go and the orchestra go stuff like that.
Yeah, right. They do the thing, and then that's right, because they recreated with the guy she shot.
Oh, and then there's also
he comes out and
Class.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. But that comes halfway through the court.
Yeah.
So there is a court song.
It's not in the court.
Not in the court. They just sing it. It's the song that you liked. It was the one with the harmonies, where you're like, oh, it was nice to finally hear some harmonies.
Oh yeah. What was that? I don't know what the point of that song was.
I guess it's just a chance for everyone to go have a piss.
Yeah, right. But it's not like a concert where you're like, oh, they're doing this song from this album, whatever.
No, I mean for us to go and have a piss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
fuck the audience.
Stage except for me.
As we know.
Yeah, true. Which is how it's usually meant to go.
I got off to have a piss.
To have a piss, yeah. Which is what my song was for, was so people could get changed.
Yeah, maybe that is all just logistic stuff.
Yeah. They do that all the time in musicals. There's songs that are just logistic songs.
Fuck the audience. Fuck the material. We don't care if they like it. We care if we can logistically make it happen.
Yeah, we need this song here because Alphaba's going to strap herself to a gurney.
True.
Get flung into the air.
What's that one? Is it with this is a wheelchair? I'm in a wheelchair. Wheeling myself around for another 45 seconds. I'm finished. She's done.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And then there's a court scene where nothing makes any sense. It's just a juggling act of nonsense. Mm-hmm. Where the lawyer does the thing, and then you're the other lawyer.
Yep.
And it's just, as my recollection of it is just shouting random shit at each other.
It's fun though. I had fun doing that.
I had fun doing that.
It's a fun scene to do.
Oh, it's got rhythm. It's got pizzazz, but you may as well be going beep, but squiddly bip. But the only thing that's interesting about it is that all of these people know when to say their thing, and it's all different.
Yeah.
So everyone we scat our way through that. Then there's apparently some song outside of that other one. Yeah. Then we're back in the court, and they're like, "Is she going to go to jail? Is she going to go to jail? Who cares?" Surfs up. Everyone just leaves, and then they sing a song. And then there's the doing it on my own one.
Yeah.
Earlier on, where the main prison chick that Roxy steals the thunder of,
Velma.
She does a whole song about like, me and my sister used to have this act, which is just a real bad setup, I guess, for the end when they're both working together. Because the act one is dog shit, even for the time. If it was set in the 30s or something, the act would have been fucking boring as batshit then. She's just like, kick, turn. You're doing a dance. You're doing a regular dance that anyone would do. Yeah, but me and my sister used to, and she would go, kick, turn. And then I would go, kick, turn. So fucking what? And this is some big fucking cabaret thing that people would lose their minds for this, when me and my sister would wear flapper dresses and do a, at best, C+ dance. So,
Although I think that's kind of the point. She's losing. She's like desperate. She's like, oh wait, do this, and we do this. She does the act, the 2-person act by herself.
no. But even because you're trying to imagine, like, okay, so I'm like, she wants this chick to be in her act, but then I'm imagining the two of her doing it. It's like I'd do a little tap dance with no tap shoes on, and then she would do a little tap
She's in
dance.
jail.
But it's a musical. They're also on spinning fucking staircases. They don't have those in jail.
It's mainly because I like the guy who did the song.
Oh, no, but
and
Nadia
I
did
thought
well.
she did a really good job of that song.
Oh, the cast were good.
Yeah.
The musical they chose to do fucking blew chunks.
So
Look at all this
everybody
wasted
leaves.
talent.
Surf's up, everybody leaves.
No,
and-
so there's the setup of like me and my sister used to have this double act. Maybe you could be my sister, and she's like,
she's like,
I'm
"Fuck
wearing a
you."
hat under my shirt. I don't need you.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
But what happens to my character at the end, Ben?
I don't know. He just he just wanks himself to death. What happens?
But
Yeah,
he's
right.
like, I'm leaving, but I'm not leaving without exit music. And then they don't play it, and the audience goes,
Oh, and then he goes, well, anyway,
and
I'm
Matt
still
comes
leaving.
backstage and fucking just flicks his nipples because they were eating out of the half of his head. I sat there and he'd come back. No joke, he'd come back and he'd come back into the thing and he'd look at all the girls be there and be like, Matt, you did a great job. And he'd be like,
I guess. I mean, I just whatever the material
like it's not
evokes
me.
in me.
It's not me. It's the spirit of theatre, really.
It's this amazing musical, this really well-written musical. The character just leaps off the page.
Like at the end of the day,
I suppose.
anyone could do it. I just happen to be doing it
But
now.
then if somebody had the gall to suggest that it's written to be like, that's how the character's written, are you going to
Yeah.
get? And I go, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like it's written like you're the only likable guy. Of course they're going to rally around
I
you.
guess if I'm the vessel for this emotion, then I can be that.
So Matt goes off, the audience loves him, and then what happens?
Yeah, he has this scene that has no fucking purpose, and then he's like, well, I
It was
guess
good,
I'll
though.
leave. And everyone's like, oh, he's so likable. And he...
Hey, did you do that?
Sometimes I used to play this, but I never went like this.
So he ooh-woos off stage. He... Matt...
I can't believe you never oohed.
Matt sings the ballad "Notice Me, Senpai,"
I didn't sing
And
anything
then-
then.
and then he's like, "Okay, but I'm not leaving without exit music."
And then they don't play it.
And she's like, "Get out of here, you schmuck!" And he's like, "All right, I'll fucking," and he leaves.
yeah.
And then everyone's just like, "Yeah, that's the total. That's an appropriate conclusion for that entire narrative." Is he just walks away?
Yeah.
Should they pretty much ended every scene like that? Really, like if you look at it from how it was written, just like people say the thing and then they leave. There's no like, oh, and that's and resolve, lesson learnt, thing achieved. This scene's purpose moves into this scene, because if we don't have that scene, then it doesn't set up this scene. It's just scene. You could just move them around pretty much from about halfway on. It doesn't matter.
I get the inspiration of Nice Guys Finish Last being their thing, where they want all the evil characters to end with their 2-act show and the good characters to be dead or me being fucked off. But it doesn't mean that they can't do something to resolve that story instead of just getting me to walk off.
Kind of like because she's like, I don't love you anymore, and I don't have a fucking baby. I was lying, you idiot.
Yeah.
You fucking sap. And you're like, oh, she doesn't like me anymore. Well, I guess I'm an idiot.
What is it like? She was very overtly telling him that from the start of the play.
Yeah, but like,
Also, I feel like that's the point. Like, I mean, it doesn't work, but like, it's like that's when you'd like give him a song. That's when his song should be, sort of something like that.
Cellophane, yeah.
So it's not just like Nice Guys Finish Last and he walks off. It's like there's no punch. There's no.
that's true.
It ruins.
But
their,
also, it goes straight from there to like, she's like, well, isn't it good? I did all of this and I've got fucking nothing. And then it's like, here we are at the theater. Remember that one scene where Velma said that they'd do it together?
Yeah.
They're doing it together, folks. And then they just
doing
do
what?
it. Yeah.
They're
Like,
doing a where is this in a club? Where are they? Is it
Yeah.
a metaphor?
it's at a theater. It's actually at the McVickers Theater,
There you go.
Chicago.
So
I
the
said it very clearly.
did you?
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, always that bit was
Always got that bit.
It was
okay.
just shouting.
There was a lot of shouting there.
Also, the yeah. So she all the way from the start with your character. There's no reason why he would like her at all, besides the fact that she's pretty and he could never get a girlfriend or something. Maybe
like
that
that,
was in
yeah.
there, but it's I don't know why it's like she's a complete bitch to him. He's a schmuck all the way through, and then suddenly she's continuing to be the same amount of bitch, and he's like, "Yeah, wait, you don't love me? No. Why the fuck did you think she did at any point ever?" Because Because at the start, she's like, oh, please take the rap for this murder, please. And he's like, all right, honey, because I love you. But there's no reason why he would think that she did at any point.
Amos is a loser.
Yeah, but he doesn't, he's not necessarily.
Matt's not a loser.
No,
Amos
here's the
is
thing.
a
He doesn't
fucking
need to
loser.
be, he's kind of dim, but he's the same amount of dim all the way through, and she's the same amount of mean all the way through. So there's no reason why suddenly he clicks onto the fact that she doesn't like him. She's overtly telling him all the way through.
There
pretty
is
much.
the
No,
musical.
because he doesn't. She doesn't overtly tell him.
She says like, "I love you. Please take the rap for this murder." But there's no indication at all.
Like,
that,
honey, baby, sweetheart, jumps on his lap. I need $5,000, and I always thought you were beautiful and lovely and amazing. And he's like, no, please.
And
then she tries, and then he tries to do it.
But he clicks onto her being,
like the next time he sees her is Act 2 or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not for a while.
But in the
tap
first scene, he twigs onto her lying, so he can't be that dumb. And then he goes, "Oh, she lied to me, that bitch." And then the next scene, she comes back and she's like, "I need money," and he's like, "Oh, whatever, that bitch." And then the next time, he's like, "Wait, it's not my kid." And that scene with the lawyer.
The second scene's very important because she says, "I need money," and he's like, "You bitch!" And then she jumps on his lap and he's like, "I think you're gorgeous."
But he's just put together the complicated pieces of a murder.
I'm gonna get it for you.
He's put together all the complicated pieces of a murder.
Yeah.
And her double crossing him and cheating on him and cucking him. But then she sits on his lap and bats her eyelids, which didn't work in the scene before when he worked out the murder, and it does work in the
I think
next one.
Matt brings up an
pussy
important
whipped.
point. Yeah, an important point where he's the supporting character in a poorly written musical.
And it's about to end.
That's true.
It has to end.
Well, the other
2
bit as
hours.
well with you and the lawyer, that scene had the same echoes of like, if she promises that she's a father, then it's a step down.
Yeah.
But the one where the lawyer comes up to him and goes, "Oh, hey, Ernie," and he's like, "It's
Amos."
stupid name."
I wouldn't remember the name.
He says, "Oh yeah, because she's pregnant, right? You're gonna divorce her." I can't remember the dialogue in there. But
Pregnant? It can't be mine. Divorce her. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
This is lawyer trickery.
But he says like, "You're not the father."
Yeah.
And he at no point goes, "Hey Roxy, in prison where I can easily talk to you and access you, am I the father?" He never asks her at all. He just goes off this lawyer's inference.
He's dim.
It's the 20s. Phones are expensive.
But you go to the prison like you continue to do to give her money.
That's right. It's true. You got us.
I can't remember the other
ladies
bit.
and gentlemen, he got us.
And then the bows.
And then the bows
And
happened.
then so they do the show at the whatever theater.
Vickers.
The McVickers Theatre.
And
I
the
think
end
is
of the
the
plot
part
is
of the
just,
show.
and also they're dancing. They're out and they're dancing.
Yeah, it is odd.
Wait, how does
Also, all of a sudden, there's a woman that was a man, and that's never really addressed.
That's true. The
Like,
reporter.
what's that about? Why? Why?
Also, we're at an hour 20 minutes, so can you make a fucking joke?
No, because it's very difficult. The play goes for about 2.5 hours, and that couldn't make a single joke.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.